Welcome everybody. Today we'll be treating an interesting topic, quadratic equation by factorization. It's very easy. All you need to do is just follow the simple rules. With this, you should be able to solve any question on quadratic equation by factorization. Without wasting time, let's jump right into it. Quadratic equation. So we have x squared minus 49 equal 0. We're going to use perfect square to solve this question. But I'll explain what perfect square is. Perfect square is the square of the same number. Example, we have 4. 4 is a perfect square because we need 2 times 2 to give us 4. We have 16. 16 is a perfect square because we need 4 times 4 to give us 16. We have 25. 25 is a perfect square because we need 5 times 5. So let's go back to the question. X squared minus 49 equals 0. So we open 2 brackets. Now remember that 49 is a perfect square because we need 7 and 7 to give us 49. Now x squared is x times x. Remember we have a sign there, we have the minus sign there. Now following the rule, minus times minus will give us plus. Plus times minus will give us minus. So we can put plus and have a minus sign here, equal 0. We're going to solve this question one at a time. So we have x plus 7 equals 0, and we have x minus 7 equals 0. So we're going to take the first one. We collect like terms, become x equal to, we have the 0 there. Now, the plus 7 crosses to the other side and you have a minus 7. So you have x equal 0 minus 7 will give you minus 7. Now, this you have x minus 7 equals 0. You have the x equal, you have the 0 goes to the other side, the 7 goes to the other side, and it becomes plus 7. So you have x equals 0 plus 7 will give you 7. So your answer is x minus 7, x 7. X equals 7. Let's look at another example. So we have 9x raised to power 2 minus 64 equals 0. We're still applying the same perfect square to solve this. So we'll have a bracket. Now, 9 is a perfect square and 64 is a perfect square. What do we need to multiply to give us 9? We have 3 and we also have 3. We have the x squared, so we have x and we have x. Now to get 64, we have 8 and we also have 8. Now, we still apply the same rule for the subtraction sign. So we're going to have plus times minus to give us minus. So we can have plus here and we'll have a minus here, then we have equal 0. We're going to solve this one after the other. So we take 3x plus 8 equals 0, and we have 3x minus 8 equals 0. Now remember we have a coefficient, so we need to still collect like terms. So we have 3x equal, we have the 0 there already, so we have 0, the plus 8 crosses and becomes minus 8. So we have 3x equal minus 8, because 0 minus 8 will give you minus 8. Now, we can't have our answer like this. We need the s to stand alone. So how do we get this? We're going to divide the numbers by the coefficient of x. Now the coefficient of x is 3. So we have divided by 3, divided by 3. So 3 will cross this and you have x equal minus 8 over 3. So now we solve the other one. So we're going to solve this. So we have 3x minus 8 equals 0. So we're going to have 3x equal 8, 0 plus 8, leaving us with 3x equal 8. Now remember, we need x, not 3x. So we're going to have 3 divide both sides. So 3 will cancel 3, leaving us with x equal 8 over 3. So that is it. Now the first two examples we had numbers that have perfect square in them. So that's why we had to use perfect square to solve them. But we're going to look at another example. So we're going to have x squared minus 2x minus 15 equals 0. I'm sure you're wondering that this one looks very technical, but it's very simple. So now let's look at the question. We have 2 and 15. 2 is not a perfect square. 15 is also not a perfect square. Why? Because we don't have one number that you can multiply by itself to give you 2. And you also don't have one number that you can multiply by itself to give you 15. So how do we solve this question? Now, we have x raised to power 2. Now, the coefficient of x raised to power 2 is 1, but it's very invisible, so you won't say it. So we have 1 times 15, okay? Now, we're going to look at the number at the middle. We have 2x. This is what we're going to consider. We're going to pick two numbers that when we multiply them, it will give us minus 15. And when we'll subtract them, it will give us minus 2x. So we have numbers to give us 15. We have 5, and we have 3, and we have 3, and we have 5. Now, because we have a minus sign here, so that means one of the numbers will have a minus sign. So if we say minus 5 and plus 3, definitely we will not get minus 2. So we're going to have minus 3 and plus 5. So these are the numbers we're going to use. So we'll open our bracket. So we have x and we also have x. Now remember, we're considering these two numbers that will give us minus 15. So we're going to have minus 3 and we're going to have plus 5 equal 0. So we have x minus 3 equals 0, and we have x plus 5 equal 0. So we're going to solve the numbers one after the other. So here we're going to have x equal 0 plus 3, giving us x equal 3. Then we have x equal 0 minus 5. Then we're going to have x equal minus 5.